Hi everyone, this is Victoria Wolders, your My Kids Locker COVID-19 Ed podcast host. I'm so excited to have Karen back, telling us a little bit about her COVID coping kits for kids. Yes, this is our second episode with Karen, and she is a counselor, and she's going to be focusing on creative and creating self-care. So this is an opportunity for you to stop, think, and perhaps create your own self-care solutions to feeling overwhelmed or maybe feeling anxious or worried. We're so excited that Karen Peters has had an opportunity for her to participate in our podcast. And without further ado, here she is.
Hey there, I'm Karen Peters and I'm a counselor. I help kids and families get through some pretty tough stuff and some big feelings. I'm also a mom. I've got 2 kids, and in our house we talk a lot about stuff like feelings and how to manage them. So I'm with you today for COVID-19 Ed podcast episode number 2. I've done one before with you, so maybe you recognize my voice. There's a lot of change, questions, and worries and extra stress that comes with this virus that we're all dealing with, and we're all feeling it. So it's a really good time for us to talk about COVID coping kits for kids. Today's topic is creating self-care. So let's start with part 1. Listen.
To part 1. Are you comfy? Are you cozy? Well, get ready to listen.
Welcome to part 1, the listen section. What I really want you to hear from me today is that caring about yourself is so important. You're so valuable, each and every one of you, and you know yourself better than anyone else. So who better to take good care of your body, mind, and spirit than you? Sometimes when people say the words self-care, they think of fluffy things like bubble baths and vacations. Those are good ways for some people to take care of themselves, for sure. But it's not just those types of things that work to care for yourself. Every human being has slightly different needs and problems, which means that we all get stressed out by different things. And what that means is that if there's things that stress you out or make you worry that's different from someone else, then the way you have to take care of yourself to solve or get through those problems is going to be different too. And that's totally fine. For me, reading a book does not help me calm down or feel better because I actually find reading to be a challenge. It's a lot of work. It takes concentration for me to read well. So that's not really where I go to when I'm feeling stressed. What I like to do is paint. Painting helps my mind grow quieter and my body grow calmer. So painting is something that is self-care for me. But my daughter, who's 9 years old, she loves to read. If I would let her, she'd curl up with a good book and read all day long, wrapped up in a blanket and curled up with our dog. Reading is one of her favorite ways to care for herself when she's feeling stress. The thing that makes it self-care is that it works for you, and that it's something you can actually do in the moment. If I thought that I needed a 3-month vacation and I could just fly somewhere random and stay there for a while, it would be really difficult for me if I thought that was my only way to take care of myself, but I actually couldn't pull it off. It wouldn't be effective, would it? It needs to be something that you can do and something that works to calm you down. So I'm glad you took some time to think about this with me. You're such good listeners. So let's move into part 2, create.
Hi everyone, welcome back to part 2 today. We are going to create something amazing and let's get crafty. Bye.
Hey there, we've reached part 2 for today, and I was thinking it would be so great if you had your very own self-care plan. One that's designed just for you. So take out a blank piece of paper, a ruler, and a pencil. Draw a border around the edge of your sheet of paper using the width of your ruler, like making a ruler-wide border around the outside edge of your page. And once you've done that, let's write some things down on the inside of the box that you have drawn. Once the podcast episode is done today, what you can do is you can go back to that border and you can fill it in with all sorts of designs and colors and make it something that makes it soothing for you to look at, something that you enjoy to put up on your wall. At the top of the inside box you've drawn, make up a fabulous title for your self-care plan. You could keep it simple, like mine might be Karen's Care Plan, or you can get really creative and make up a funny title that makes you laugh when you read it. Laughter is an awesome way to take care of yourself. I don't know if you know that, but laughter goes a long way to help you feeling healthy. Next, write down the number 1. And then put something down that usually makes you feel safe when your worry is growing on the inside. Maybe it's a stuffy that you want to snuggle up next to. Maybe it's a hug from your mom. Or maybe it's distracting yourself with an activity, using your hands with some Lego. Maybe it's writing down your worries so that it stops swirling in circles in your head and gets landed on a piece of paper instead. Whatever works for you is great. So just think of one thing that you can write down that helps you feel better when you get worried. Okay, next I want you to write down the number 2. And for this item, I want it to be something that gets your creative juices flowing. What ways do you like to be creative? Do you like to build things, play with blocks, paint, draw, work with beads maybe? Choose one thing that you enjoy doing that uses your creativity and your imagination. And jot that down beside your number 2. Great, look at you go. 2 down already. Okay, let's keep going. Number 3 will be next on your list. Now think of something that uses your body in an active or calming way. What's something that you can do with your body to help your energy move around? Even if it's something super relaxing, like laying on the floor with your eyes closed and taking 5 super deep, slow breaths. If you're the type of person who feels better when they move faster than that, then think about something that would work for you. Maybe bouncing a basketball around, or timing yourself for a race around the block, or maybe doing 20 jumping jacks. If it helps you feel better, it's a good thing to add to your self-care plan. Let's add number 4 to your idea list. Choose someone you feel safe talking to about how you feel. And write down that person's name behind number 4. Then make a little reminder note there to talk to someone about how you're doing, how you're feeling, and why. If you don't like talking sometimes, it's okay. Just sit next to someone quietly until the feeling passes. That can be helpful too. Here's your last one. Last item on your self-care plan, number 5. This one's an open free spot. You get to fill that space in with whatever you would like. What other idea can you add that would be a good way to take care of your mind and your body and your spirit? Is there something that you want to spend time doing every day, even if it's only for 5 minutes. Add something you love to do that you notice makes you feel good inside and out. That's part 2, and I'm excited to do part 3 with you. Hang tight.
Hi everyone, it's time to innovate, part 3. Woo.
Here we go, part 3. It is time to innovate. Now that we need to be more careful and creative to be safe in our world, we need to come up with some new fun ways to have outings with our families. Something our family has tried, which has been kind of fun, and you can even just use it in your own backyard, is getting a big Tupperware bin and thinking hard about what you want to fill it with, things that you can use at a park or a field for Friday night picnics. We've loaded ours with badminton rackets, a big blanket, a couple of baseball gloves and a ball, a couple of card games, and a few magazines that we like to look through. That bin lives in the back of our van now, and we try to find a new field to hang out in for 1 hour each week. Our bin is ready to be used, and it feels like a great toolbox for our family's self-care. Talk with your family about creating something like this. If a picnic bin isn't the way to go for your family, come up with another family care idea that you guys can create and put into action. That's it for today. Thanks for spending some time with me. I am really looking forward to episode 3 with you, so I'll see you then.
Well, thank you so much, Karen, for taking the time out of your day to share with us another tool in our toolbox. This is awesome because we get to do 3 episodes on the COVID coping kits for kids. And today we focused on creating self-care. So I hope today you learned a little bit about self-care and ways that you can care for yourself and with your strengths and passions. Well, until next time, remember, less screens, listen, create, and innovate. Hope to see you on the next episode of My Kids Locker COVID-19 Ed podcast. Thanks for joining us today.